you're going to have to be very quick. I'm sorry you've got some discomfort. It'll be another couple of hours, I'm afraid. OK?
Yeah, right. I'm DS Pearce, Sunhill. How is he?
Distressed but comfortable.
Yeah, but how serious is it?
Injury to the eyes is always serious. He'll be seen by the specialist later on this morning, and then we'll know.
Right there he was, on his knees, clutching his eyes, poor lad.
What brought you out? Did you hear a fight?
No, just him. You'd have heard him screaming the other side of the estate.
She turned on me, sprayed the stuff right in my face.
All right, Paul, let's start at the beginning. Now, where were you going?
I was on my way home from the pub, just minding my own business.
Right, so it was what, 11?
It's nearer midnight. Me and my mate went by the chippy first.
What's your mate's name then?
Andy O'Neill, works with me at Knowles.
And where was he when the attack took place?
We just split at the end of the street. I come up the avenue on my own, and there's this woman just ahead of me. I'm about to walk past her when this happens.
And she didn't say anything before or after?
She just ran off.
Which way?
Look, how would I know? I couldn't see a thing by then.
You sure you don't mind taking this visit from me?
I was going to spend the morning on juvenile case reports, but I think the team will be glad of the extra time to get their paperwork straight.
Sorry about the short notice. It's last night's consultative group meeting. A few, diplomatic telephone calls that can't wait.
Rather you than me.
And I hope that single mother and toddler groups are more your line.
Oh, I think I can handle a few toddlers.
And I'm not dumping this on you because it's a women's group. I'd like to have taken this one myself.
Was it our initiative?
No. Youth worker at the Parkmead Centre, she contacted us.
Did she say what it was about? I'd like to be prepared.
The usual, as far as I can gather. Concern over attacks on women. It's just a case of reassuring them that the statistics aren't as bad as the headlines make out, that's all.
Well, that's it as far as the description goes. Anything your end?
Nobody heard or saw anything. But I think I found the weapon. A can of oven cleaner?
Concealed?
No, just tucked away further up the street. Complete with price sticker, though. Minimart on Goddard Street. I'm on my way over there now.
I'll meet you.
Sergeant Kendall. I'm Tanya Rouse.
Oh, hello.
Sorry about not returning your call.
Oh, not to worry. It was just to ask if there were any particular areas you wanted me to cover.
I'm sure anything you'll have to say will be of interest. It's our support group for teenage mums. Hope they won't be too hard on you.
I enjoy a challenge.
Some of them have had up to ear with authority.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They tend to use the group to sound off, but they're a good lot, really. All right, everybody, let's get things going. Let's get this group started. We got anyone missing? Gail and Susan. Does anyone know where they are? No. All right, well, we can't wait any longer. Sergeant, when you're ready, if you'd like to have a seat.
Oh, Jane, please.
Right, Jane. OK, everybody, this is Sergeant Jane Kendall, the Community Liaison Officer at Sunhill.
Oh, actually, I'm the Deputy Community Liaison Officer.
Right, Jane, we're all yours.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for asking me to come along. It makes a change. Most people only meet us when something awful happens, when they've had an accident or been burgled.
Or been caught at it.
Yeah, that too, I'm afraid. Now, my job is all about how we can work with the community, not just come in and fix things. And that means getting out and talking about how you see us, how you feel about the job that the police are doing around here.
Your lot ain't doing much for the estate, are you?
Of course, we are aware of the problems.
Hard to miss when the dealers are out in broad daylight.
Yeah, I know, it is bad, but, well, constant raids aren't necessarily the answer. I mean, you've got to consider the majority of people who just want a quiet life.
What people want out there is out. Everyone knows it's where they dump all the hopeless cases.
Now,
But
Angie...
there is still a lot that can be done. We've advised the council on improving lighting, installing entry phone systems, and we might try a community policing office. Do you think there'd be much support for that?
Good morning. DC Morgan, Sunhill CID. We're trying to trace where this might have come from.
That's our price label, all right?
Any idea who bought it?
Oh, come on.
Might have been recently. Or a regular customer.
I don't work here all the time anyway. I'm sorry.
This one's 6p dearer.
So it must have been bought a while ago.
Well, what we're talking, weeks, months?
I'd say a couple of months. I suppose I can check the stock records.
if you would.
It's the world we're living in, innit? Yeah, you can't take your eye off your kid for 1 minute and you can't go out on your own at night. Yeah. Why should we all live in fear? Because there's a few maniacs running around.
I don't think you do have to live in fear. Just be careful. Don't take risks.
I work in a pub. I've got to walk home at night.
Well, there are bound to be times when that is unavoidable. I mean, it's a matter of using your common sense. Keep to the main road where there are people and cars around. Don't take badly lit shortcuts.
I do all that anyway.
You see, it's common sense. And not only at night.
That's the worst of it, isn't it? It can happen in broad daylight.
Yeah, well, just be more aware of situations which could lead to trouble and try to avoid them. Most rapists and muggers are cowardly opportunists, so don't give them the opportunity.
Price went up about a month ago.
That's that then. Thanks for your help.
Well, it was worth a try. We could get some prints off it.
Then all we need is a suspect.
With a very clean oven.
Oh, very droll.
Sergeant's privilege.
I enjoy it while it lasts.
Let's try Tully's drinking mate. I know he's not likely to have seen much, but he might be able to confirm his story.
No, it's a fact. The majority of rapists are known to their victims, not random strangers, but men you'd let into your house.
Oh, if anyone tried it on in my house, I'd go for them with a kitchen knife. I would.
Yeah, one of those in your handbag. Cut their whatsies off. Now, that is the one thing you can't do.
How do you mean?
Well, carrying a weapon is a serious offence.
Not even in self-defence?
Well, for any reason, that's the law.
You're joking.
Well, if you're interested in self-defence, we do organise training days for women. Bash and dash classes, we call them. No, how to get free and get away. If you're interested, I'll give Tanya the details and then she can contact me if you want me to set it up.
Was she attacked? Is she all right? Dumford Avenue.
Is there a problem?
Oh, Jane.
Is everything all right?
No, it's nothing I can't handle. I'll just finish up here, all right?
Are you sure?
Yes, something's come up, that's all. Right, everybody, I think we should thank Jane for a very interesting session.
Andy O'Neill? I'm DS Pearce, Sunhill. This is DC Morgan.
Yeah?
It's about Paul Tully.
Yeah, he never turned up this morning. Hangover's got the better of me, I expect.
I'm afraid he's in hospital. He was assaulted last night.
Hospital? Well, how do you mean? I mean, I was with him last night. Is he okay?
Eye injury. It could be serious.
Is there somewhere we can talk?
Yeah.
Matthew, do you know anything about an attack on a woman in Dumford Avenue last night?
There was an incident, but I think it was a man. Man, eye injury. Quite serious. They're looking for a woman, apparently.
I see.
It's all in CID's capable hands, if you want the latest.
Right. Thanks.
And there was no aggro in the pub?
No, instead a quiet drink.
Do you have much to drink?
Well, usually a few pints, you know.
And what time did you part company with Mr. Tully?
No, it was about midnight. Walked up Victoria Road, he turned off into Dumford Avenue, and I carried on.
And did you notice anyone else around at that moment?
Well, just this girl. She went up the avenue at a pool.
Can you describe her?
Young, dark-haired. Well, she had a ponytail. Pale face, dark eyes.
Mr. O'Neill, why do you remember her so clearly if she was just a passerby?
Well, you know.
What?
I was standing on the corner having a laugh and that, you know. I sees her walking up. Bit of a sort, good looking.
And she passed you on the corner, that's when you noticed her?
Yeah.
And did Mr. Tully look at her?
No, you see, he was standing with his back to her.
Did you say anything to her? Or to Tully about her?
I don't know, I might have said something, I can't remember.
Like what?
Well, you know, just being friendly. Well, it's not a crime, is it? You know, you fancy a bird, you say something.
Yes. Right. Goodbye, Mr. Watkins. So you survived the feminist peril?
That was just the 2-year-olds.
How did it go?
I heard a lot about life on the Parkmead estate.
Well, there's a lot of life up there.
I think we've got some takers for the self-defence class.
I'll organise that. Anything else?
I'm not sure. It's just something I overheard. It doesn't quite add up. About a member of the group being assaulted last night.
Have you got the details?
Well, the youth worker wanted to handle it, but according to Cadram, there was a serious incident last night, but the victim was a man.
We better pass it upstairs.
I suppose so. I should have pressed it at the time, but it was one of those awkward situations.
I'm sure CID can be discreet if they really put their minds to it.
We need to see Sergeant Kendall.
Did you have an appointment?
No, but it's urgent. I'm sure she'll see me. It's Tanya Roth from the Parkmead Community Centre.
Yeah, OK, love. If you'd like to take a seat, I'll see if she's available, OK?
Tell her it's very important.
I thought you should know there might be something in it.
They definitely mentioned Dunford Avenue.
Yes.
But you got the impression it was a woman who'd been attacked.
Well, they were certainly concerned about her.
But not enough to involve you.
Well, it was only when I got back that I discovered it was a serious incident.
Well, we'll get down there. Have a word with her.
Yeah, well, don't tell them I sent you.
Morgan.
Missing life at the sharp end, Jane?
Just keeping my eyes and ears open.
Sarge, front desk after you.
Oh, right, thanks. Hello, Jane Kendall. Tanya, I'm glad to see you. We wanted to contact you.
Jane, this is Susan, the girl we were talking about. A man tried to attack her in the street last night.
Are you all right? Look, why don't you come through and talk to somebody?
I told her it was just to talk to you.
If she was attacked, she should make a formal complaint.
Couldn't you just talk to her?
Well, if you really think it would help. Come through here.
She was in a terrible state, refusing to leave the flat, saying she didn't want the police involved.
But why not?
She's had some bad experiences with them in the past.
Here at Sunhill?
No, Hoxton. It was all I could do to persuade her to come in.
I didn't know what to do. I had Emma, you see. I couldn't bring Emma up here.
We left her with a neighbour.
Right now. What happened, Susan?
He was following me.
When was this?
Last night. I was coming back late.
From her mother's?
He was right behind me. I had this stuff in my bag.
Go on.
I didn't even think. I just sprayed it at him and ran.
Where did this happen, Susan?
Dunford Avenue.
I'm afraid you're going to have to talk to CID.
I don't want any more trouble.
No, I think they're already dealing with the incident.
Was there a witness? Did someone report it?
Look, it really doesn't matter. Let's
The man in
just
question was injured, quite badly, in fact. It's a criminal inquiry now.
Would you take a seat, please? Now, Susan, I must caution you that you don't have to say anything unless you wish to, but what you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand the caution?
Yeah.
Can you tell us exactly what happened last night?
I was walking back from the bus stop. I'd been over to see my mother.
What time was this?
It was late. I had to wait ages for the bus. 11:45. I was in a bit of a state because of the babysitter.
So, you got off the bus. Where?
On Victoria Road. I cut through Dunford Avenue into the estate. There were these two young guys standing on the corner. One of them was staring at me.
In what way?
Just staring. I pretended not to notice.
Did he speak to you?
He said something as I passed. Hello, darling. Something like that.
Did you acknowledge the comment in any way?
What would you? I just hurried down the avenue, and next thing I know, one of them is following me.
Well, how do you know it was them?
There was no one else around.
So what happened next?
I walked faster, but he did too, like he was trying to catch me up. I started feeling scared. I thought of banging on a door of one of the houses. That's how scared I was. And suddenly I could hear his breathing right behind me.
What did you do?
I put my hand in my bag, looking for my keys, and I felt the can of stuff there. I didn't even think. I just pulled it out and sprayed it at him.
Then what?
I ran away. I didn't mean to hurt him, honest. Just stop him so I could get away.
Can you tell us why you had this can in your bag, Susan?
I told you it was just there.
We need to clear this up. It's important.
I want to go home.
I'm afraid you can't.
But I told you what happened.
Sit down, Susan. Susan Gilbert, I'm arresting you for assault.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar.
Go ahead, over.
Sierra 1, 23 Bevan House, Parkmead Estate, burglary.
On way.
The thing is, it's all my fault. I should have kept out of it.
Look, you did the right thing persuading her to come forward.
No, it's none of my business. This is the last thing she needs.
They'd have traced her anyway, and the longer she delayed coming in, the worse it would have looked.
Yeah, but I told her if she didn't report it, he'd get away with it. She really didn't think she'd hurt him.
I realise that.
I mean, he attacked her, for heaven's sake.
Well, he'll be interviewed as well. Tanya, what did you mean Susan's had bad experiences with the police?
It's her husband. I think he was beating her up. I don't know the details. She doesn't like to talk about it.
I see.
I mean, if she's charged, he could use it against her. She could lose Emma.
Well, the best thing you can do at the moment is to go back and make sure that Emma's looked after. And that would be one less worry for Susan.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. He was banging on the door and shouting, then I heard breaking glass.
All right, cheers, love.
Stop right now! She's my wife, I can do what I like!
Take it easy! Still!
I'm showing Mrs. Gilbert a can of oven cleaner recovered from the scene of the assault. Is this the substance you sprayed into poor Tully's eyes?
I wasn't aiming at his eyes.
But this is what you sprayed at him.
Yes.
Can you tell us why it was in your handbag?
I bought it earlier.
Where did you buy it?
Some shop, I don't remember.
Have you got the receipt, Susan? That might help.
I bought it a few days ago. I just don't remember exactly where.
Wouldn't you agree it's a strange thing to be carrying around in your bag for days on end?
I'd forgotten it was there.
Susan, we've checked in the shop where you bought this can. Hasn't been sold at that price for a month. You couldn't have bought it a few days ago.
I think I'd like to see a solicitor.
I'll be right down as soon as I've had the flat secured.
All right, Steve.
Do you know him, madam?
No, I've never seen him before.
He says he lives here.
No, it's just her and her daughter.
Says he's her husband.
Well, that may be, but he don't live here. She's on her own.
Do you know her name?
Susan Gilbert. She's gone up your place, asked me to mind the little girl for her.
To the police station?
Yeah. She should have been back by now.
Oh, how's it going?
She's very defensive.
We're waiting on her solicitor.
She doesn't seem to think there's anything odd about going around with a can of oven cleaner in her handbag.
Yeah, well, I wondered if this would help. She was well known to the DVU at Hoxton. Violent husband, injunctions, child snatching, you name it.
Recent?
Goes right up to a couple of months ago when she moved to get away from him.
She's not mentioned it so far.
No, well, I think she felt that the police had let her down.
Suspicion of burglary, Sarge. Found him ransacking that flat.
You're going to blame me because that slag never bothers to tidy up?
Claims he lives there, but the neighbour's never seen him before.
Yeah, well, I've been away, haven't I?
Why did you break in?
Oh, I lost my key, that's all. I mean, why don't you ask her? Ask the wife.
We will, in due course.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't bother if I was you. I mean, she's not going to make trouble for me, is she? I mean, she knows she's in the wrong.
Full name? Sarge.
Yes, Steve?
Front desk said you got some visitors in the nick. Would one of them be a Mrs. Gilbert?
That's right.
Comes from Bevan House.
Yeah, right again. CID are talking to her.
We've just brought her husband in.
He's here now.
That's right, he broke into the flat, smashed the place up. Neighbours have never seen him before, though he claims to be living there.
That is certainly not the case.
It's a domestic, is it? He seems pretty certain she's not going to make a complaint.
Is he now?
Only we're just about to question him. I thought it might save time if we spoke to her first.
No. Go ahead and process him. I'll tell CID.
I was 17 when I married him. I didn't realise what he was like. First, he didn't want me to go out to work. I stood up to him in them days. But after I had the baby, I gave in. I just wanted a quiet life. But it just made him worse. Always wanted to know where I'd been, who I'd talked to. He'd ring the house 10 times a day to check on me. He wanted me locked up all day.
What did you do?
I left him for a couple of months. Then he promised it would be different. So I went back. And it was worse. He couldn't forgive me for leaving.
Is that when he started to be violent?
I wasn't having any of that, so I got out. I went to a women's refuge. But he turned up there. Everywhere I went, he found me. He couldn't bear the thought of me being with someone else. The last thing on my mind after him. I went to the police, but they couldn't do anything. I went to court, but he ignored the restraining order.
You could have taken it a step further. The law's on your side.
What, a jail sentence?
Bring him to his senses.
He'd lose his job. Then he'd have a real reason to hate me. You don't know what he's like. I just wanted to get away. I don't want anything from him. No maintenance, nothing. I just want him to leave us alone.
You've done all the right things so far. Moving away, starting again.
But he started bothering my mum to find out where I am.
Is that why you went to see her last night?
It was the first time I'd been back since I left.
You must have been nervous.
He's got me scared of going to see my own mother.
So you took the spray can with you?
Yes.
Had you been carrying it around before that?
No. I was scared he'd be watching her house. He's like that. I decided that there was no way he was ever going to lay a finger on me again.
And in Dunford Avenue. Did you think it was him?
I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I just freaked out. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I'm sorry.
She's my wife. She thinks she can just run off like that. Look, I've got rights too, you know. She ought to be home with me, right? Instead of running around with her fancy men.
You can't just wreck her flat because you feel like it.
Oh, right, she's complaining, is she? Well, bring her in then. Let's hear it from her.
Were you following her last night, Mr. Gilbert?
Look, can't a man talk to his own wife? Eh? Look, I just want to make her see reason, that's all. I mean, she knows it's for the best.
Why didn't you approach her when you saw her?
She didn't have the kiddie with her, did she? I mean, she's clever like that. I mean, she thinks, right, that she can keep me away from my little girl. But I know where to find him now, don't I?
You're not being charged at this stage, Mrs. Gilbert. I'm releasing you under your own recognizance, pending further inquiries. You'll be required to attend this police station within 2 weeks when the situation will be reviewed. Do you understand? Right. If you could sign here, please.
Susan, I wonder if I could have a word
What's
with
the
you.
matter? Isn't that it?
I just want to talk to you.
What about?
Why don't we go somewhere quiet? Come on.
What am I going to do?
Well, if the assault case comes to court, you'll probably get a conditional discharge. The real question is, what are you going to do about your husband?
Well, I'll have to move again.
And live in fear of him turning up? Look where that's led to.
What else can I do?
I strongly advise you to take him to court. You've got 2 years of violence documented by the DVU.
I couldn't go over all that again. I just want it to end.
Well, then you've got to stand up to him. I know it's hard, but you have to see it through this time.
Afternoon. It's DS Pearce again, Paul. I thought I'd let you know what's happening. How are you feeling now?
Better, thanks.
Has the consultant seen you?
Yeah, they think it's going to be all right. Might need an op on one eye, that's all.
Oh, that's good. Now listen, the woman who committed the assault has come forward herself.
Oh, nice one.
We're currently interviewing her.
So, what's the story then? What'd she do?
Well, she admitted the assault and carrying an offensive weapon. She was frightened. I think she thought you were someone else.
Needs locking up by the sounds of it.
It was an accident. She's very sorry about the whole thing.
Oh, come on, how can somebody accidentally spray that stuff into someone's eye?
Well, look at it from her point of view. A woman out on her own late at night, 2 drunken guys leering at her.
Right, look, no one was leering, mate.
All right, making comments as she went by.
All right, so I said hello, I was just being friendly. Like.
Then one of them following her down a dark, empty street, coming right up behind her. She was scared.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't have been out if she's that scared.
It's just a bit of fooling. I didn't mean anything by it.
Unfortunately, she didn't see it that way.
What's the latest on Susan?
She's gone home to think about it.
Do you think she'll charge him? In a way, it's a pity it wasn't her husband in the street last night.